Hey guys, Jeff here, and today I want to start a mini-series on lock-picking games. As I've been watching different people on YouTube and reading different articles and blogs and stuff, I've come up with a couple different ways that you can add a little game twist to a lot of your picking practice, just to make it a little bit more fun. The one I have for you today started 3 years ago. I saw that Lock Noob had the idea for a lock-picking die. We'll post that video link right up here. But in it, he has a nice, professionally made die that has different types of pins all the way around the sides. He also, I think it was him, maybe it was someone else, but on Thingiverse, there's also a file where you can 3D print one of these dice that he has. But this is poor man's picking, and who's got the money for buying professional stuff if we can do things cheaper at home? So I found at Dollar Tree that you could get something like 50 of these blocks. They're roughly cubes, very rough. Wouldn't be good for a fair game, but I think it's good enough for our purposes here. These could be up to $1.25 now, the way that Dollar Tree has changed. But all I did was I took one of my practice locks. I think I've shown you before how I've taken these locks and tapped them to make it easy enough to change things out. And I keep the whole thing stored in a film canister, if you remember what that is. But I also have extra pins in there of all different types. I've got some standard, some spools, some serrated, and some T-pins. So the idea that I had was, why not take some of these plain wooden blocks and modify them with nothing more than a Sharpie to whatever pins I have. This one here, I've got two sides with spools, two sides with serrated, and then I got a standard. I thought I had a T-pin on there somewhere. This one does not. This one's just serrated, standard, and spools. If you're just starting out, really good way. Roll the die, and whatever comes up, populate your cylinders that way. This one, I can't use this one because I think this is the one where I had, I guess not. Looks like this one is spools, serrated, standard, and T. And I doubled the T because these were a challenge for me. So the concept being, roll it and whatever you come up with. So in this case, we have a serrated, and we would drop a serrated into one. Roll again, standard. We'll go into two, and so on and so on. Now, I also decided, because of the way that I like to practice these, there's some additional things that you could do. I made a practice, kind of a challenge core in here, where I have some undercut in 2 and 4, and I threaded 1 and 5. You could flip a coin to decide, are we going to do a regular core or challenge core? I also have at least 2, possibly 3 different types of spring here. Again, we could flip a coin, we can make a die for this. But at any rate, for $1 and some time, you could make variable practice scenarios. You could also use the same idea to randomize what key pins are in there, and I keep extra key pins in the bag too. So these were the ideas that I had. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've ever tried playing with your locks like this. Let me know if you have any suggestions on how to improve this. And give me a holler if you have any other lock picking games in mind. I have a few more to continue this series, but I'd love to hear what anyone else does as far as lock picking games go. And with that, I will talk to you all later.